Hey guys, welcome to another episode of GM Fantasy, and today's video we're gonna do an actual slow bidding contract auction draft. So let's get it going. All right, guys. So in this video we're gonna do a League Tycoon slow bidding contract bidding auction draft. Now this is the first time we're doing this with some subscribers from the channel. This is the first time any of us are doing it, so it's all brand new. I'm sure there's gonna be a learning curve to it compared to the leagues that we usually do. So I'm just gonna document as much as possible, see how it goes. So if anyone was thinking of maybe starting a league on League Tycoon, at least you got this video as a reference and of how it actually goes, because there's nothing right now on YouTube that shows this specific format. So the draft is gonna start in 5 minutes, and so I'm just in the lobby right now. As you can see, our budget's gonna be 250. I got 100 for the fab, for the reserved cap is what they call it. And as you can see here, for 5 and 4 year deals, I've got a maximum of 4 contracts, and it's going to be 1 per position group. That we're going to just have like a little side rule for that. And then the rest of the contracts could be 2 or 3 years. I'm doing this just so that in 5 years we don't have, because if everyone bids everyone at 5 years, we're just going to have a reset in 5 years. Don't really want that, so that's why I want to stagger it a little bit, so at least the top guys, well, they can stay in your team, but the other players will be, floating around in the years to come. So I'm just gonna just leave the draft room right now. So here's what the league looks like. So here's I'm here. I'm Montreal Elites. This is the GM Fantasy Charter League. This is going to be our rosters, right? So we're going to have 2 starting quarterbacks, 3 starting running backs, 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, and we'll have 9 bench spots. Now, another rule, a little side rule that we're going to be adding is that we need to have 1 extra player per position group. So we need to have 3 quarterbacks on the roster at all times, 4 running backs, 5 wide receivers, and 2 tight ends. The flex doesn't count, but yeah. And then you can see here we have on the practice squad or rookie bench, taxi squad, whatever you want to call it, we're going to have 12 spots. There won't be any rookies this year as it's a startup, so that'll be for the years to come. And yeah, so everything looks good. There's a bunch of settings you can do. Salary cap here, just look quick there. Yeah, minimum salary will be $1. The rookie pay scale is going to start at 4.5% of the contract, so I'm not too sure what that'll be, but I'm sure it'll just be cheap contracts, and we'll roll with whatever is set there. I know it's at the salary cap says 350, but it's also adding the reserve cap. It's actually set at 250. And yeah, so scoring, it's going to be your standard scoring. The only thing that's going to be different from standard is it's going to be a 0.5 PPR, and it's also a 0.5 per completion for the quarterbacks. So the quarterbacks are slightly overpowered in this league. They're the top scorers, but it's nothing crazy, and it's kind of how it should be. I think the quarterbacks in the NFL are the most important players. Why not in your fantasy league as well, right? So I've been playing with this format for a while now. I actually find it quite balanced, so it shouldn't be too much of too crazy for anyone who's new to this, to the 0.5 per completions. All right, so let's see here. I don't know if there's anything else I could show you really quickly. No, not really. All right, so let's enter the lobby for the draft. It's going to start in the next minute or so. Just check my phone there, make sure. Okay, no one messaged me. All right, it's almost 9 o'clock. Here we go. So Team 10 is on the clock. Let's see if they get someone to nominate. Maybe they don't understand. Okay. Who's Team 10? Let's find out here. Standings. So Team 10. Okay, so that's on Jelani. Where am I? Enter draft. Okay, so Saquon Barkley. All right, perfect. So, and now it's my turn to nominate someone. Okay. So, Gibbs. All right, perfect. Okay, so all right here. So how is this? So 5 years. Let's get him. I don't want this to last forever, so I know this guy's going to go for at least this amount. Let's go for that. Okay. So let's see here. I'll go 4 years. Just let's see if this bid works. So if I get him for 20 for 4 years, I'll be happy with that. Like, I want to go for Gibbs first. That's my main player, but let's see if I get Barkley for 20 for 4 years. Actually, maybe that's a bit too much. Let's do 3 years. Let's turn that off. Let's do 3 years. $20. Bid match, not highest bid. Okay. So he bid higher than $20 for 3 years on him. So I'll let him go for that at the moment. It's team 2. Do I just say turn on auto nominate? I don't know if what this does. Okay, let's just turn it on. Okay, and then I might have to switch the time for that. So draft settings, auto nominate, time limit. Let's go. It can only go 1 hour. Okay. So I guess that means it'll automatically nominate someone after an hour, which is going to be kind of long. That's why you should do this a good month in advance. We're going to try and crunch it in 2 weeks. I don't know how well this is going to go, but we'll give it a shot. Okay. So yeah, like I said, man, everyone's new to this. So some people I don't even think have even logged on because they think it's just a slow draft, so they can just pop up whenever they want. I'm putting in some messages in the chat right now saying that hey, you got to nominate players for this to start going. It's not just anyone could nominate whenever. It's you have to take a kind of like a draft based turn, and that the slowest nomination auto nomination there, like, so if no one nominates in 1 hour, like the hour is the lowest, the shortest amount of time, then it'll automatically nominate someone. So as of right now, we got 2 players nominated, and then in 1 hour, if team 2 is on the clock right now, if they don't nominate anyone, then it'll auto nominate. Okay. So this video is gonna be obviously gonna take a few days to produce. Obviously, there's a lot of dead time right now, so I'm not gonna put that in the video for you guys, unless you guys really want to see that. But yeah. So I don't know. Right now, we got 2 players nominated, waiting for someone to nominate another player. He might be sleeping right now. Like I said, this is new for everyone, so he might be under the impression right now that all people are just placing bids, and then when he wakes up, he'll just check it out and place bids at his leisure there. But turns out that everyone has to nominate, and it can't just be anyone nominating at any time, which I kind of wish they had the option for that, but they don't. You know, the lowest is an auto. What I can see right now is an auto nomination after an hour. So we'll see what happens. And so I'm gonna stop the recording for the moment, and I'll pick up when I got some more juice for you guys. So see you guys soon. All right, guys, I'm back with a little update. We finally got this thing going a little more smooth now. We're up to 38 nominations. It's just gonna get higher. You know, I'm sure we'll hit the 100 by the end of tomorrow or something like that. And the bidding has started, man. So as you can see over here, we got a bunch of players left over that haven't been nominated yet. So we still got some very good players there. So they're gonna be nominated soon enough. Over here, you can see what my cap is at right now compared to the contracts that I have out. So that's a cool little tool to help you keep track. So just minimize that for a second. And as you can see over here, Team 6 right now is on the clock for the next nomination. He's got 7 hours to do so. We'll see what happens. And here are the players that are currently being bid on. So up here we got Bijan. He's currently at $37 for 5 years. Now that's the winning bid. So that doesn't mean, because the way it works is you set a maximum silent bid. So in theory, whatever, who was this here, team two, he could have set something higher than this. So let's say he set, because before it was, I think, 35 or 36 for 5 years. And so this guy, he beat it. So what happened is he set at least a 37 for 5 year bid, but maybe he set it for 45, let's say, for 5 years. And since it beat the 36, it went to 37, but now he's got a bid at 40, a silent bid at 45. So if I tried to come on over the top here, and let's say I went, oh, I'm gonna do 40 for 5 years, it'll tell me, nope, sorry, your bid is not valid. Well, your bid's valid to create a match, but not good enough to overtake. So if I did that, if I did 40 for 5 years, this would show up. This would now bump up to 40 because I made an attempt to bid on him, and now it'll be at 40. But he still will have the bid. Oh, sorry, rather it'll go to 41 because he needs to beat my bid. So, or I don't know, because maybe because it's tied, he was there. Anyway, it'll either be 40 or 41, and he'll still have an extra $4 of an extra like leeway if someone else tries to bid. So I'd have to go 46 over 5 years to overtake him because he had a silent bid set for 5 years, for 45 at 5 years. So it's an interesting concept. I haven't seen this before, and I'm not hating it. I think it's pretty cool. It's new, but you just got to adapt. And I think it's an interesting twist, I guess you could say, on the bidding format. So we got other players here. I'll just go over a few players real quickly. Like you got Jamar Chase. He's up to 37 for 5 years. Now is it 37? I don't know. It's probably higher, obviously, but that's pretty high already for a budget of 250. Right now I have right here. I'm Montreal Elite, so I'm currently winning this CD Lamb right now. Now I put a silent max bid of 25 to 5 years, and as you can see, he's at 20 for 5 years is the highest bid right now. So that means no one's made a bid on him, and or so sorry, someone made a bid on him, but he was like at $19, and when I came over the top, 20 is now the highest. So currently, I gotta wait 9 hours 33 minutes. Maybe I'll get him. I doubt it, but we'll see. You got Joe Burrow here. He's really cheap right now. I'm guaranteed this is going to be going up. Ashton Genty, I signed him 20 for 5 years, so that's the bid that's set right now. And so yeah, we'll see if I get him there. Josh Allen, I went really like look, Josh Allen's my guy. If you watch my videos, you know I got a hard on for this guy. I think he's the best fantasy player right now in the game. So I went 45 for 5 years. I really want him. Some people have already tried to make bids. Like I've got notifications that people have tried to make bids, but my bid is still strong. So, and Justin Jefferson, before I had him at 20 for 5 years. Now he's at 21. So that means someone set a higher bid, team two there. So I don't know what he set him at. Maybe he set him at 25 for 5 years, and that's why he went to 21 to beat my 20. So maybe I'll make another bid. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna let it play out a little bit. Right here I'm currently winning Tyreek Hill. I set him for $10 for 2 years. Don't know if this guy's gonna be playing much longer, so decided to keep it low risk with just a 2 year term. $10. It's not cheap, but it's not expensive. I think that's kind of where his ideal price point's at. Someone will probably bid me out of him, but if I can sneak him in for in the next 9 hours, then that'd be great. So, and as you can see, it just keeps going like that. All these players here are the players that are currently nominated. So you just gotta scour and make sure. So it's a little hectic doing all this at the same time, but we kind of had no choice. We started a little late. Like ideally, you want to do this in like I don't know, let's say a 3 week minimum, if not like a month-long process. So we should have started this at the beginning of August. We didn't, but we'll get it done. So yeah. So Trey McBride right here, 15 for 5 years. I hope I win that one. That would be a pretty good value for a top tight end. So yeah. And, oh yeah, one of the my first bid was Jameer Gibbs. I put him at 35 for 5 years. I really wanted him. Like, all right, no one should go over that. And then boom, this guy goes 45 3 years. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm out. But I don't know. Well, like, there's still plenty of players left to go. I'll find some values. That's like the name of the game. You got to do that the dance when it comes to the auction drafts. You got to fake out some people and hope that some people just give up on some of the players you bid on. go under the radar, squeak through the cracks there. But yeah, so I'll get out of the draft room there real quick. Yeah, so it's honestly, so far I'm liking everything I see. I find the user interface is pretty friendly. Everything I need is just properly labeled. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. So hopefully this year goes off without a hitch, and we can get like a bunch more of these leagues going. If I can get to like a dozen of these leagues, man, that'd be ideal. But we'll take it one step at a time. And if you guys are interested in starting another one next year, let me know. I'll put you on a list, and we'll get these things started on time this time. So I'll keep. I guess I'll just stop for the moment. Let some bids play out. If any drama unfolds, I'll be sure to update you guys. And yeah, I'll keep documenting this and show you how it's done. So I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, I'm back. It's a brand new day. The bidding has been going on for a few days now, so I'm gonna just maybe give you guys a quick update on how I think it's going. Honestly, so far, I think League Tycoon is pretty sweet, man, to be honest. I'm in love with the user interface. I think it's nice and clean, easy to maneuver and to navigate. Uh, as you guys can see here, we've got some bids going on. It's been going on for like a good week now, I'd say. And we're coming to the end of it. Like there's just some of the last few players still being bid on. People are trying to fill in their rosters. Let me see here if I can maybe see my roster anywhere. No, I gotta exit maybe, or results. Okay, so over here we can see my team, and so I was able to snag Jalen Hurts for 32, Bo Nix for 31. I got Jonathan Taylor 18, Javante for 6. I got Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors, Chase Brown, Evans, Odunze, Ingram. I got Junkins, Blue, and Jaden Reed for the moment. So I still got a few more positions to fill out. I've got a few more bids going on. Over here you can see I got $20 available cap left. So if I want to make any new bids, I got 20 to play with. These are the bids that I have. So active high bids is basically what you see, what everyone else sees as the going price right now. And then the active max bids, which I think is a cool feature for this. It's kind of like a mix of an auction and a silent auction. So if I had placed, let's say, someone, I don't know if I have an example here. Okay, well, I'll just go like this. So let's say I put, actually, wait, do I have an example? 5 years. Okay, so over here you can see that Joe Flacco I put for $5 1 year as my max bid. What everyone else sees now, what he's currently going for, is $1 1 year. So if someone tries to bid, it's like, oh, he's only $1, and someone tries to bid $2, well, it won't take over. The timer still keeps going, and then the new bid becomes 2-1, but it's still my bid because I had put a max silent bid of 5. So if someone wants to beat it, they got to go six for 1, or if they add extra years, which I don't think they'll do for Flacco. So if someone wants to take out my Flacco bid, they're gonna have to go 6 for 1 to take him out. So I really like how the bidding system is in this platform. I think it's really cool. Definitely liking it. And yeah, everything's going smooth so far. Well, we had a couple hiccups here and there, but it's a learning curve for most people. They haven't tried this app yet, so I think it's going well. We're almost done, and when it's all finished, man, I'll go over maybe all the teams and see, maybe give them a grade or something on how I think they'll do. Obviously we'll know, we'll see how far that goes. But yeah, so just keep it going, and I'll give you guys an update as it goes. So cheers. All right, guys, we're back. It's another brand new day, and the draft is officially over. Week 1 is set in stone. Now, I wanted to release this video last week, but unfortunately I was on vacation and things just didn't line up very well. So I'm going to do it now. I'm just going to maybe give my impressions on how the draft went and how the platform Tycoon feels. And after that, I'll just do a quick review of maybe of everyone's team, give them a quick grade, give you the results of week 1. And I think what I'm gonna do is every 4 weeks or so, I'll probably break this up into like a 4-part series. of how the league went. We'll give you like just the standings, any trades that might have happened, or any drama, and yeah, we'll go like that. So first off, impressions. I love it. I think this is going to be the platform that I'm going to want to use for the future. Not that my other leagues I'm just going to abandon. The that I've been doing those for years. I'm obviously going to keep continuing those, and if someone wants to start another one with me in that type of format, I'm obviously more than willing to do that as well. It's still a great system. It's not exactly the way it is set up on Tycoon, so there are some differences, and but it's good to have variety. It's definitely fun trying a new platform, a new way of doing it, and I think it's gonna be exciting one. So without further ado, I'll start off with showing maybe my team here, and so I'm Montreal Elites, and this is my team. So I was able to get Jalen Hurts, Bo Nix as my quarterbacks. I also got Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers as my backups. We start two quarterbacks in this league, so for me getting four quarterbacks was pretty important. And I got these guys on 1 year deals, so it's not going to be a big issue if they don't work out. I won't have to deal with them next year. But I got my two guys that I wanted. Well, I wanted Josh Allen, but some guy was trying to bid him up on me, and I dropped him on him. So, and now he's in a little bit of a little bit of cap trouble because he's got a bunch of quarterbacks at high salaries and not much depth behind him. So we'll see what he does throughout the year. I'm sure he'll make a trade or two and he'll get out of that situation. But I wasn't gonna let him bid me up, and get away with it. So I dropped him on him. And so yeah, so I got Jalen Hurts here for 30. I think it was $32 if I check here. Yeah, $32 for 4 years. And then I got Bo Nix 31 for 5, I think. So I like my quarterback situation. Running backs, I got Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams, Chase Brown as my three main starters. I've also got J.K. Dobbins here on my flex spot. So running back, I think I'm pretty good. I wouldn't consider it elite by any means, but I would say it's solid. I've also got, let's see here, my backups. I've got Jaden Blue to handcuff Williams, and then I've got also Quinshawn Junkins and Dylan Sampson. So I've got essentially the Browns backfield and the Dallas backfield with Brown and Jonathan Taylor as well. So I think it's a solid RB room. I don't think it's going to hinder me too much. Obviously, I'll maybe look to improve it if I can throughout the year. Yeah, so that's not so bad. Receivers, I went young for sure. Other than Mike Evans, obviously Mike Evans is pretty old, but I've only got him on a 1 year deal, so I think he's just going to be a nice piece for me this year, and then next year I'll look to fill in his spot. But I've got Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors, also Roma Dunze. These were three of the top picks in last year's draft, so I'm very young at wide receiver. I've also got Jaden Reed and Darnell Mooney and Luther Burden. So I definitely think I need to maybe get a better stud at wide receiver. We'll see if I can make a trade uh sometime this year. Maybe get like a, I don't know, like a CD Lamb or something, but it's still early, so maybe I'll be okay. And then tight end, I've got Evan Ingram and Terrence Ferguson. Now, Ferguson didn't even see a snap week 1, or if he did, I didn't see it. So I might have to drop him. I don't know. And then I got Evan Ingram as my only other tight end. Now he already got injured, but it looks like he's going to be playing this week. So fingers crossed for that. So if I were to rate my team out of, let's say, 10, it's an okay team. I'll give it a 7. It's not bad. It's not good. It's I'd say it's right in the middle. I wish I was able to maybe get a little more studs there, but people were pricing me out of things. I didn't want to destroy my cap for the future. When you do contract leagues, man, it's not a sprint; it's a marathon. So you got to be concerned about your the future, and so you gotta plan accordingly. So I didn't go too crazy. We'll see how that works. Hopefully, down the line, my team will become a juggernaut. And yeah, so let's look at let's see here some other teams. So well, first we'll go to week 1, and so I went up against Danny and Dimes, and I lost. He had a better week than me. He had 174. take a look at his team. And so he had Jordan Love. It doesn't show the points they scored. That's unfortunate. Anyway, so you had Jordan Love, you had Justin Herbert. You know, they did pretty well. He has James Cook, Bijan Robinson, Dave Montgomery, Amon Ra, DK, Mbuka, Pickens, Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren did very well. I'm kind of annoyed I didn't get him, but anyway, here's what it is. And he got McMillan. You know, and his bench isn't too bad. He's got some depth on his bench. You know, he's got Ward as his third QB, which is solid. He's got Charbonnet, Robinson, Tesla, Ridley, Johnson, the big Q, Tyler Lockett, Butte, and he's got Kyle Pitts. So his team is actually pretty good. I would, if I had to rank it out of 10 as well, I'd give him honestly pretty similar to mine, maybe a 7.5, maybe an 8. We'll see how it goes, but like he's got a good team. I wouldn't say it's elite or anything there, but he's got a solid team, and he beat me, so it can't be that bad. So there, and next on the list we got Ricky. All right, now Ricky, he won his matchup. Why doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. So him, he had Kyler Murray and Jared Goff as his quarterbacks. Nothing special. Kenneth Walker, James Conner, Ashton Genty for his running backs. He's got Nick Chubb there in his flex, and then he's got Diggs, Debo, Harrison. Him, I remember me and him went to battle for Harrison in the contract bidding. I let him take him. He was getting a little too pricey. And then he's got Keenan Allen and Laporta. And then over here we got Sam Darnold, Russell Wilson, Stevenson, Kirk, Pittman, Ferguson, Ertz, Bretton Strange, and Pat Fryermuth. He's got a lot of tight ends. I'm sure he's gonna maybe drop one or two of those eventually to pick up some more depth. But yeah. So if I were to rate his team on 10, I'd maybe give him a six, maybe a 6.5. I think it's a little worse than my team, but not by much. You know, like it's still a solid squad. And now we'll go over here to Boomwhackers. So Boomwhackers over here, he has Drake May, Dak Prescott, Devin Achan, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, Pearsall, Puka Nakua, AJ Brown, got Hunter Henry, Trevion Henderson, and then I like his bench actually because Geno Smith, that's a great third quarterback. Tootin, man, this guy can blow up now, especially that Bigsby just got traded. So I'm really liking him over here. You got Braylon Allen. If anything happens to Brees Hall, there he's got himself a workhorse back, you know. And then he's got. We'll see what happens with Golden. He hasn't impressed so far, but that could turn around. He's got Jacoby Myers, who's a solid backup wide receiver. You know, he's gonna get the majority of the targets there in LA. Sorry, in Vegas. And he's got some project players, and he's also got Colston Loveland. Colston Loveland I really like too, but we'll see how he progresses. So if I were to rate his team, I'd give his team a solid 8, maybe an 8.5. To be honest, I like what he's done. You know, Drake May I think can be an up and coming quarterback. Dak Prescott, he got him for super cheap, and the guy scores fantasy points. So like I would say his values that he got for his contracts were superb. You know, like CeeDee Lamb didn't go too much. You know, Puka Nakua didn't go for too much. AJ Brown didn't go for too much. He got a lot of bargain deals, I find, and he's got quite a bit of cap left. I think. Well, not quite a bit. He's got cap left to play with. So if he needs to make a move, he's more than able to. So let's check over here. We got. So we'll go with Jelani first. His team, he's got McCarthy and Pennick, so he went really young at quarterback with kind of unproven players, but they were cheap. So we'll see what he's got. I think the most cap space remaining out of everyone. So if he wants to make some major moves, he probably could. Now he lucked out huge by getting Travis Etienne. It looks like he's going to be the starter, but he's also got Barkley, so that's super good. Eckler unfortunately just went down. I think he's going to be out for the year. It looked like he tore his Achilles, so unfortunately he just lost Eckler. And receiver wise, I think this is probably by far his weakest spot there. Like DJ Moore is okay. Olave, I'm not a big fan of him, but he could be good. Bateman, this guy's going to be hit or miss. Marvin Mims, too, he's going to be hit or miss. Hawkinson's not bad. I like him. Sutton's going to be solid. You know, and then for backup quarterback, he's only got Anthony Richardson, so he's got to hope that Danny Dimes doesn't do so well and gets replaced, or if there's an injury, or he's going to have to make a move because he's going to be in a lot of trouble, man, if he's only got those two starting quarterbacks, especially when they go on bye. And then running backs, he's got okay depth, nothing crazy, and receivers, nothing crazy as well. He's got an empty bench spot. I think he's gonna pick some up in waivers pretty soon. So this guy's team, honestly, could be better. He left a lot of cap on the line, so I would say that I would give this team like a 4, maybe a 5. Tristan, all right, over here. So Tristan's team I actually like. This one might be one of the stronger ones, I think. He's got Baker Mayfield and Joe Burrow at quarterback, so I think that's solid right there. Man, I went after Gibbs, but this guy went really after Gibbs. What was the contract he gave him? 42 for 4 years, man. That's a crazy amount of the cap just for one running back. Now he might be worth it in the end, but I just wasn't able. I couldn't put the price that high for him. I had to bow out. So he got him. Good for you, but we'll see what happens. He's got Josh Jacobs, Jordan Mason, so that's a pretty solid running back room. Solid quarterbacks, receivers. He put a lot of money on Jamar, and then these guys went for super cheap. But like, there's boom potential with Tyreek. Zay Flowers had a great week 1, but we'll see how that goes out through the rest of the year. I'm not a big fan of Zay Flowers personally, but you can have a game here and there. Terry McLaurin has had a bad 2 games now, so I don't know if this is going to work out very well. Njoku, see how it goes. Shakir's not bad. He's got Jameis Winston as a backup quarterback, so him too. He's going to have a lot of quarterback problems when the bye weeks hit. And then running back wise, nothing great for depth. Wide receiver, he's got one or no. He's got okay for tight end depth. So his starting lineup is really good. His depth, not so much. So, but I would honestly like just because of his starting lineup, man, I would give him probably like an 8.5, maybe a 9. It's just his running backs are so good. He's got a couple of all-star wide receivers, quarterback solid. So he's got a good team. I'd probably an 8.5. I would give him. So next we got Orange Crush. So he's got Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence as his quarterbacks. That's decent. I'm liking Justin Fields. He's looking like he's going to be a steal. He didn't go for too much, man. I think yeah, $10 for 3 years. So he got a steal of a deal with Justin Fields. Trevor Lawrence, man. Honestly, this guy looks like a bum, man. I'm really disappointed in him, and like I got Brian Thomas, so like yeah, I need him to do well, but he's not doing well. But 13 for 5 years. At least he wasn't expensive. And then he's got Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Tyrone Tracy. That's a decent running back room. Henry's killing it. Alvin Kamara is going to get the bulk of the work. So that's not so bad. Receiver wise, that's a decent receiver room. He doesn't really have an all-star number 1 wide receiver other than, let's say, maybe Jackson Smith and Jigma. He's got Tucker Kraft, and man, he's doing really well. You can see right here already 21 points from Thursday's game. So that's a decent squad. And then backups over here, Brock Purdy, he's hurt. Hopefully he'll be back in time for his bye weeks. He's got RJ Harvey here. That could be a steal. Ollie Gordon, we'll see what happens. Benson, that's a good. Pacheco, and he's got a really good depth for running back, I'd say, actually. And wide receivers, he's got Travis Hunter, Rashid Shaheed, Godwin when he comes back. It's a decent squad, man. Very decent squad. I'd give this 7.5. Yeah, a good solid 7.5. I'd say. And then we got here for the beach. So him here, he went super big on, not willingly there, but he got Lamar and Josh Allen. So he's got the best 2 quarterbacks in the league, but he paid up for them, man. What was it 46 for 5 years? And then he went 40 for 4. So that's a lot of his cap tied up in just 2 players. Running backs, Kyron Williams, he could be good. We'll see how they split the workload this year, but that could be a good running back. Trooper Hubbard, it looks like Rico Dowdle is really just going to be the handcuff to him, so that you got lucky with that. Krosky Merritt had a good first game. He did nothing this game, so we'll see how that works out for him. And then receiver wise, obviously Justin Jefferson solid. Jack Betch, that's not so good. Keon Coleman had a really good week 1. See if that can continue. Marquise Brown, that Rice is suspended and Worthy's hurt. This guy could be a target monster, so that could work out really well for him. Trey McBride, obviously one of the best tight ends. And then Harold Fannin, man, this guy had targets galore week 1, so we'll see how that works. So he might get a steal with this guy, to be honest. And he's got two good backup quarterbacks, Bryce Young and Caleb Williams. So he's set at quarterback. Obviously, he's for sure going to deal one. I'm sure he's going to try to deal Allen or Lamar. And he's also got Shador. So man, this guy's got quarterbacks galore. Running backs, he's got Caleb Johnson. That could be a steal down the line. And receivers, he's got some backups. But all in all, I think it's a solid squad, to be honest. I'd give it an 8, maybe an 8.5, just because he's got such all-star firepower. I'd give it an 8. And then the last two teams. So over here, we're going to go Cheeseheads. So Cheeseheads has Jaden Daniels. That's a good for sure #1 quarterback. Matthew Stafford is his #2. I like it. I think that's solid. You got Bucky Irvin, Omarion Hampton, and Aaron Jones. I like these two. Not a big fan of Aaron Jones, but he's definitely going to be getting some points. So as your third running back, it's not so bad. And then these two are going to be studs, I think. Receiver wise, I love Drake London. I love Nico Collins. Jerry Judy, he could be boomer bust, so it's not a bad third wide receiver. And then Josh Downs, he didn't do so well week 1, but we'll see how he does the rest of the year. This could be a steal. And then he's got Brock Bowers, so he's got the #1 tight end. And I heard the injury's not so bad, so he should be okay with him. And then Jalen Warren in his flex that's a solid flex option, so he's got a good fourth running back as well. And then quarterbacks, they got Daniel Jones, Tyler Shuck, so he's quarterback wise, and CJ Stroud, so he's set quarterback wise. He's got 5 QBs. Running backs, okay, he's got some, not so good in the depth. Wide receivers, he's got 2 suspended players. He's got Kincaid and Jennings. So depth wise, receivers and tight end, he's good. Running back, he's gonna be hurting, I think, especially if he gets an injury. But all in all, a solid squad. I'd give it maybe a 7.5, maybe an 8, 7.5, I'd say. And then the last one, we got G Team. Got Mahomes and Tua. Mahomes is solid. Tua, see what happens with him this year. I'm hoping the best for him, but it's not looking so great. And he's got Kenneth Gainwell, Brees Hall, and McCaffrey. So obviously, Hall and McCaffrey looking good. Kenneth Gainwell somehow has a huge role. I didn't see that coming. We'll see if that lasts throughout the season. But somehow he has a really big role in Pittsburgh right now. And then wide receiver wise, Devontae Adams. We'll see how that goes, but that could be good. Jalen Waddle looking like a bust. Cooper Kupp was a rough week 1. Garrett Wilson turned out to be really good though, so that was a pleasant surprise for him, I'm sure. And then he's got Mark Andrews, which did fuck all, but we'll see how the year goes for him. And then Travis Kelce, so that's at least he's got a solid tight end room. And so he's got Jackson Dart as his backup. I think he'll be starting sooner than later, so he should be okay quarterback wise. Mixon, when he comes back, that could be a big steal. And he's got Ray Davis and Bigsby. That's not too bad. And then wide receiver wise, he's got some okay depth, and then still a couple other good tight ends. So I'd give him a 7, maybe a 7.5 for his team. It's a decent team. So yeah, so all in all, man, I'm gonna say that I really like League Tycoon. I'm definitely gonna try to get more leagues getting like in the future for sure. So if you guys ever want to get one next year, obviously this year's a little too late, but next year, if I can maybe start another 2 or 3 leagues with subscribers, man, let's get it going. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. Contracts is just the way to go in my opinion. It's gonna be the new wave. Like kind of like how Dynasty took over like 10, 15 years ago from redraft. Contracts is going to take over Dynasty. It's going to take over our auction. It's going to be the new thing. So why not get ahead of it, get some experience right now, so when it does become the mainstream format, you're already a seasoned pro. So I'm going to leave it at that. Like I said before, I'm going to maybe do quarterly updates, see how the teams in the league stack up in 4 weeks from now. And we'll go like that. So if you made it this far, guys, please do me a huge favor: like, subscribe, leave some comments. If you guys have any questions of how this works, please, I'd be happy to get back to you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.